To open up the handle on the X52, you'll need an 8/32 hex drive, like this one here. And there's 4 hex screws here. And I'll show you the complete disassembly of this joystick, since you can spend quite a while pondering how to do it. Okay, you've got to loosen this one up to move the trigger so it's nice and loose and can move around. And then lift the plastic brackets. There's a little knob inside that keeps it in place, so even once the screw's out, you still got to pull on it outwards, not just expect to slide it back. So you pull that off, and then this thing here needs to slide up as far as you can to get it to come off. There, without breaking it. And then there'll be 5 standard star screws. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that have to come out on the handle here. And that'll get a bit boring, so I'll just pause it. So I've removed the 4 screws out of the handle that hold it together. Pry it apart here. And try and do this without pulling any of the wires too hard. The next thing you've got to do is remove the little potentiometer that's in here. It's got 2 screws, same type, that have to be removed. Next is there is a pin. It'll be sticking out once you've moved one side of the handle. It's right here. It's a little more obvious when you're looking at it than looking at all this black plastic in here. Pull that out. And now you've got the handle off of the steel shaft, or the aluminum shaft in here. You can unplug the trigger wires and remove that piece of plastic on the side, or the trigger assembly, so that you put that to the side. The potentiometer is just press fit into the end of the shaft, so you just rock it a bit and you can remove that. And then the rest of it will just come out. Okay, then you go down to the underside, and I'll remove the 4 screws on that. Okay, just take out the last screw here. Remove the bottom. Now this is the good unit. And what you're going to do is take the cable from the broken one. In this case here, we're going to pull the plug out of this, put a slot for the cable in here, and then take the cable out of our broken one and put it in there. So cutting off the cable connector on the good one, because we're going to use the cable connector from our old one. The old cable connector out, you've got to loosen this screw here a bit, and then it pulls out. Okay, and you can slide the joystick out from the other side. It may have tape on it. It'll make it harder to slide out, but eventually if you just pull with reasonable force, it will come out. Okay, so now we've got a new base, and we're just going to put a cable on that we've already got wired up, that's from the mechanically broken unit. So I'm just using a pair of wire cutters to cut down the hole, so there's enough room to slide the wires out easily. So there you have your connector and the broken unit that you can throw away. So I'm just going to drill a hole for the cable to go through, a 9/32 drill. So I've drilled a hole, and we'll just open it up near the top so we can get the wires to go through, because the hole's not big enough with the connector on, since this is a retrofit. We just put that hole there, you can see. These plugs are polarized, so you can't put them in backwards. There's a little notch on each end, so you make sure you get it going the right way, otherwise it won't go down. Okay, and you can put a little zap strap on it as strain relief, just so you don't pull it out by accident when you're using the Dreamflyer. So put that in, tighten it up. The cover back on. And put the screws in, and you should have a working sender unit for under the Dreamflyer. You just have to put the aluminum post back on it. Okay, so that's one procedure for fixing up a Dreamflyer that's had its underseat sender unit broken, and that probably took under half an hour.